You guys don't know that those twins are purple that aren't the enemy? Well, there's a reason that they don't show it anymore. The last day the bot was used as a sign-off, instead of the normal 9 time of X-ray night shenanigans, it went for an extended period of time into the automatic surface overtaken by near opposites. We all knew the sound of the so-called hardwoods, or genius. The rusty metal, the wumbles, the sound of metal scraping against metal. Feel free to look it up if you're a big curiosity. No, with the audio cuts, it doesn't sound complete. It's not finished. It's not over. The producer of also sort of Cartoon Network will probably cut off the rest of the sound. That's for good reasons. The website file will exactly why you'll never see the bubble again in the air. Once again, it's supposedly only runs for about 9 seconds, and it's a full transcript on useful audio. Roast metal, followed by wumble, followed by scrappy metal, and a wumble, and a bottom. So what can you put together with that? Nothing with the bell, right? Exactly. The part they use is just to affect the scale of tension that is still turned into a George swim. Even gets adults good swim because it's that good. It's got a level to the hammer clicks and the West Street prison card number field. Getting back on topic, usually not Cartoon Report would end the control left by adult swim crew member and take over for the day. It wasn't quite the case of the day, however. The usual man scheduled to sign on as the public government for some reason did not start up the day's schedule. No one knows he did this purposely, and whether or not his contract was terminated. This would lose the problem cut out the at a time, but followed the calm 9-second was the extended 2-minute bobcat of some of the most horrifying audio ever heard on public surface. The metal continued to rustle, and scrapping continued. Slowly, an uncontrollable sobbing became clear. No one people was crying, but multiple people were screaming and yelling. As the rumble scraped, the screaming grew louder. Soon, you could hear the thrusting of flash, the graining of bones, the gushing of blood, and the growing death letters of people dying. All across the USA, millions of citizens were getting exposed for what sounded like a bloodless murder. People were calling all around the country, calling or screaming, begging for it to be turned off. Something keeps the eyes attached to the screen and keeps them listening to the broadcast, however. People seemed to control what the phone got into, and the bomb was shut down, ending a common experience that no one can ever forget. In the last few months, I resulted metal grew into an unbelievable volume. The showed the pictures on Look at the video, and then he cut the button Jones. Now, how was Cartoon Network going to cover it up? No one knew this atrocity to this day. Multiple photos have been thought of, waiting for the pyramids Christianity to publish new articles to surround real targets of the following weeks. While all polyethylene does not actually exist, the Cartoon Network officials did an honor to hijack at the film's figure on the day, but to go into no field detail. All late morning bumpers, including the Downs of Enemy, were placed by current ones from the 1 a.m. time slot. What is, however, that someone heading from the orange side, our first orange return, is the recording of what played that morning. The question asked the most amount of few who remember how Cartoon Network got the idol in the first place.